What's up guys, it's me Jack here. Today I want to help you begin your journey as a crypto investor, or I'll try to reignite your fire, the trading fire. If you made a pause in trading, recently it came to my attention that more than half of Bitcoin holders are brand new. They started holding Bitcoin just this year. And guys, even though there is a lot of opportunity to make a significant money, it's easy to get carried away and lose money with no oversight or experience. Don't get me wrong, we all heard stories about 17 years old making banks with Doge coins, but we are here not to talk about casino winners. And whenever I spoke with those who have made at least $100K of profits in crypto, I noticed a fashion we implement almost the same set of rules and logic. By the end of this video, I assure you will be more fluent in crypto regardless of where you're starting and how much knowledge you already have. I assure you, I have something to teach you. I want to highlight you this thought. You need to dig into the market not when everyone is buying, but when everyone is selling, and currently everyone is selling. So it's the fucking time to start buying so that in 2024 you can get your access. Thank you. And please, subscribe to my channel, and would you do me a quick favor and hit that like button? Thanks lad. With that said, let's begin. To start, we should talk about the risks. In my opinion, the most important part of any activity is profits to risk rate. In crypto there is a high volatility, so there is a high risk. Therefore, you need to learn a couple of things about patience, diversifying your portfolio and doing your own research. Firstly, let's talk about diversifying your portfolio. You should always be diversified in your portfolio. Never invest more than you will be ready to lose, and never invest more than 20% of the bank unless it's a BTC or Ethereum. The rare exception will be if the coin is in the top 10 by market capitalization. Secondly, it's important to do your own research. It shouldn't surprise you that your funds are not for gambling and not to impress other people. And this is why I find surprising that some people are just ready to throw their money, even small one, to any shitcoin when they feel that they will win. Oh, this should be a f***ing Russian roulette with 6 bullets. So while researching the coin, you should note fundamental aspects of the currency, namely team activity rate, roadmap, market capitalization, competitors and their market cap, tokenomics and media activity. Even now, extremely strong projects are still unlisted on any exchange. For example, Partizia. This is the best definition of a fundamentally strong project. If the coin is already listed on any significant exchange, for example in the top 10 by trading volume, you should also consider technical analysis, especially if you're interested in short to mid-term profits. You should always keep in mind the current state of the market. The coin can be 10 out of the 10 by fundamental and technical analysis, but if the overall trend is descending, all your hopes will be screwed. Lastly, regarding the risks, remember that trading fucks human emotions. While trading, it's difficult not to panic. You should be rational and cold-hearted. Do not panic sell when the markets are down, nor be too greedy when the markets are up. A rule would be to buy during fear and sell during greed, which is quite basic for the beginners. Greed is destructive, stay sane. Always track your positions and rationally examine them. Well, shitcoins are good to trade during the bullish season, but during the bearish season I expect you not to touch them at all. And trust me, this is like a casino or a roulette, and there is a much less chance to win than in a casino. And yeah, during the season, almost everything is growing, and you need to choose from what looks the most promising and already distribute your assets. No doubt, if you find a gem during the bearish market and you're sure it will be alive by the end of the crypto winter, you can buy it and hold it. But be aware that it can dump 2 to 3 times below the level you considered an absolute bottom. Here is another quick tip. Look at the fundraise. During the recent bullish season, Polygon made 100x, Avalanche made 200x, Solana made even 1000x. Guess what all these projects have in common? They all raised from $50 million to $200 million during the 2018-2019 bearish market. Look at the fundraising if you're looking for a gem. Okay, so now you're ready to invest in crypto. You got to take cybersecurity extremely seriously. I won't explain how someone can take control over your account and transfer funds from one to another. This is quite obvious, and yet every year there occur millions of data breaches. So here's a list of rules that you must obey in order not to get scammed or hacked. I know this all sounds like a common sense, but you should never click links in emails or texts unless they are verified. Don't give anyone access to your wallets. Never reuse the same passwords. The better thing would be to use a password manager. Stronger password protection and two-factor authorization are necessary. Two-factor authentication is an extra layer of security. After you log in, you must also type in code from a Google code generator, SMS, second password or backup codes. Just be cautious. Write down your recovery phrase or codes and store them safely. A step up from that would be the cold wallet. This is a way to store your cryptocurrency offline, so unless someone has access to your physical hardware wallet and knows your secret passphrase, they can't get access to it. Generally, people use them only if they have enormous amounts of money in crypto and want to store it independently from any exchange or brokerage. But this applies mostly to wealthy people who can be targeted by cyber criminals. Most users have nothing to fear if they use default and basic security options mentioned above. So for that reason, if you have a significant amount of money, it's probably a good idea to move it into another wallet that only you can access, just in case. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video until the very end. Subscribe if you want to see my face at least once a week, and feel free to hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next time.